Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you how to create a wall run in Floodscape 2. This mechanic is basically where you can move on a wall. Before we get started with the tutorial, this person did make a quick step-by-step guide that kind of just breaks down what goes on when doing the wall run. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this in the description and you can check it out for yourself. If you have any questions on the video or about this forum, I can probably answer them. But yeah, also quick disclaimer, you do need to have a basic understanding of how timelines kind of like function and how they work. It will help you out a lot if you do. So yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, so I'm just loading in a basic base plate, and I'm just going to load in the Floodscape 2 kit. In this kit, you really only need the settings, timelines, exit block, exit region, spawn, and wall. But yeah, this video is going to be broken down into a few parts, and I'm going to show you basically how this works. So to start, you're going to want to resize your wall to pretty much whatever you want. For this tutorial, I'm going to be doing a 12 by 30, because that's just easy numbers for me, but it could be whatever you want. Now that you have your resized wall, you're going to want to duplicate it and move it to the right. And your original wall, you're going to want to rename to fake wall. And your duplicated wall, name it wall A. So now that you have both walls in your fake wall, you're going to want to delete the wall value and make sure that the wall is can collide false. In wall A, you're going to want to delete everything except the wall values, like all the beams and attachments. Make sure that the wall is can collide true. For this tutorial, to make it easier, I'm going to color code the walls just to kind of show you how this works. In the forum, they're also color coded, but if you don't want to color code them, it's fine because in the end, it's just going to be invisible anyways. Now duplicate wall A and move it directly above itself so that there's no gap, and rename this duplicated wall A to wall B. I'm also going to recolor wall B to be blue. So now that you have that, you should have your fake wall, which doesn't have the wall value, and your wall A and wall B, which do have the wall value. So now overlap these two walls over the fake wall, and this step is very important. I don't know if it was mentioned in the forum or not, but I realize it does get buggy when you overlap the fake wall for some reason. I don't know why, but it does. So you're going to want to change your move increment to 0.1. Just move it one over, just like that. So now your wall A and wall B are 0.1 stud in front of your fake wall. So there should be some sort of like change there. Now with that out of the way, we have one more thing to do. So you're going to want to insert a part and make sure that's anchored. And you're just going to want to resize it to basically whatever size you want. Just make sure it covers most of the bottom half of the wall jump. Also make sure that it's can collide false. And you're going to want to rename this part to trigger. This part is going to be the part that kind of triggers the whole system to work, and you'll see that in a second. So now that we are done with the setting up, we're going to move on to section 2. So inside of the timelines folder, I have a configuration called WALLRUNS system. You can name it whatever you want, but this is just the name that I chose. Now, the two most important attributes inside of this configuration is repeat on completion. You're going to want to make sure that that is true. And for trigger touch, you want to put the value as trigger. Now for the actual X-frame, I titled it wall A underscore move 1. You want to set the value to the red wall or wall A. And easing style, make sure that that is linear. If it's not linear, then it's not gonna work. It'll mess up. For the translation, you're gonna want to only change the Y value. So, and how you do this is you go to your wall A size, and whatever this number is. So, for example, I chose 30. You're gonna copy that, and you're just gonna paste it into the Y value of the translation. Change the X frame length to pretty much whatever you want. The higher the number, the slower the wall moves. So, for example, for this, I'm just gonna do 1. Now, basically what this X-frame will do is it will move this wall up 30 studs, so right to where wall B is, in 1 second. Now for wall B, I'm just going to duplicate this and title it wall B move 1. Set the value to wall B and set the translation to double the amount that you have in negative. So for example, since my current value is 30, I'm going to set it to 60 and negative. Then change whatever your X frame length is to 0. So basically what this will do is it will move it down 30 studs and then down another 30 studs so that it is completely below all of the wall jump. It'll set it there in 0 seconds. So after those X frames ran, it should look like this, where your wall A moves on top of your wall jump and your wall B moves on the bottom. So what you do from here is you duplicate your wall B move 1. You duplicate your wall B move 1 and change it to wall B move 2. Since this blue wall moves all the way from up here to down here in 0 seconds, you're going to set it to go all the way back up there, right back to where it was. So it's now going to be double the number. So for example, mine is positive 6. For the length, instead of 0, you're going to want to do it double whatever your length was for wall 1 move A. So this was 1 for me. So you're just going to want to make this 2, or whatever double the amount is. Once both the moves for wall B have ran, it'll look something like this. So wall B starts up here, moves down 60 studs in 0 seconds, up 60 studs in 2 seconds. So it'll go back to where it was. Now as for wall A, since it is up here in 1 second, we're going to want to duplicate it, change this to move 2. And you're going to want to do a similar process for this one. So you're going to want to change the translation to negative 60 in 0 seconds, kind of like what we did for wall B. But then this time, change the timestamp to 1 second. After 1 second, it's going to reset down to here. You're going to duplicate your move 2 one more time and change it to move 3. Now for move 3, it's basically the same exact thing as move 1. You're going to want to set your translation to whatever number you had for move 1. But this time, for your timestamp, you're going to want to keep it at 1 and the length at 1. So basically, how this entire system works is this wall will immediately jump down 60 studs, and then both walls will move up like this till it reaches here. And this wall then reset, move down there. And then both walls will keep moving up and up until they reset back at what they originally were at. So now that we have all the X frames and stuff set up, I'm just going to show you how it looks in game. So here we are inside of the game. I'm just going to show you kind of how this system works. As you can see, we can spawn in and right now it is static and one of the wall jumps is covering the fake wall. But once we jump on it, see it starts its sequence and it looks like it's teleporting, but it's not. So kind of what it's doing is it's making one wall go over the other and overlap it. But yeah, this is kind of how the system works, and I'm going to show you what it looks like with these 2 colored walls invisible. Okay, so here it is. As you see, it's just a normal wall jump. Jump on it, you start moving. This is pretty fast. You can play around with the configuration by like slowing it down and stuff if you want. I'll show you how to do that in a second. But yeah, you basically do have a wall run here. Yeah. There is one downside to this tutorial, and it is that you can't really stop the player from going all the way up on the wall jump, because once the player's on the wall jump, it just ignores everything else and you can't really just stop it. So you will get teleported under the wall jump. See? But I will look into solutions for that in future videos. If you do want to see one, let me know in the comments below. But now I'm going to show you how to customize for speed for the wall jump and stuff. If you do want to change the numbers, all you have to do is go to the timelines, change your original number to something else, either bigger or smaller. I changed it from 1 to 2. And you also do want to make sure that you also change your timestamp with it. So that's 2, it's 2 and 2, 0, and then this is double the amount that I have. If you do want to make a sideways one, I made 2 separate walls. So I did wall C, which is the red one, and wall D, which is the blue one up here. I just rotated it 90 degrees, and I changed all of the translation values to be on the X so that it moves left and right. So as you can see, a lot slower. And for the sideways one, you go sideways. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Again, sorry for the long wait. Um, a lot of things came up and I was struggling to find time to make the video. But yeah, it's finally out and I hope you all enjoyed. Yeah, see you in the next one.